Look at my iPhone, man. Yesterday, when I did my stream, my iPhone screen ended up being like this, and I had no idea that was happening. Um, Kind of funny that all that kind of happened. Not all that yesterday, but this phone stuff happened yesterday. I almost swore in the beginning of this, but I just found it strange that like my iPhone was doing this, but I can already think of like a few reasons why my iPhone would have its screen like slightly pop out and stuff off screen. I know I could probably like push it in like this, but as you can see, it has a lot of pushback. That's why the phone is kind of like that right now, and I really don't know what I want to do with my iPhone 6s right now, really, because I've used. Hold on, actually, let me share the screen. Hold on a second. Okay, there. Um, I've been using this iPhone to make gameplays for like I think either nearly or about a year and a half or so now, right? I think maybe nearing like 2 years, and you can kind of see that it's kind of it isn't all the way straight. Like it's a little bent on the top. I don't know why, but it just looks that way to me. Um, and it's just it's a bit much, a little bit. Like as you can see, hold on, let me show you guys a little better. Like my iPhone screen. Oh, whoops. Oh no, that's the right side. As you can see, my iPhone screen is tilted upward a little bit. You can see the screen popping out of its socket a little bit. I'm gonna try to push it in. Like every time I try to push it in, it may look in for a minute, but as you can see the disconnect, you see it a lot more when I tilt it like this. But yeah, that happened yesterday. And what is it? I decided after seeing that, I decided to erase all my data off my iPhone. And I was thinking of just leaving it in your charge, right? But like we're gonna try to find a way to like trade it in somewhere or just give it somewhere so I can get like a trade in for like a better iPhone, you know? I don't know if I want to go for like I don't know what to do, to be honest, since this iPhone just kind of broke on me, really. Like, well, it didn't break, but like you can see that it's reaching its end of its days by like the screen kind of popping up a little bit here and stuff. I know if I take this to like a mechanic or something, or somebody that repairs iPhones fully and all that stuff, I probably could get this repaired, just a new battery and plop it in there and just continue using it. But I don't know. To me, it's not that. I don't know. It's not that simple. It's not that easy for me, and I feel like the battery kind of fried most of this phone anyway with how much I was using it, like for gameplay over there and stuff. You know, I'm surprised the phone lasted a lot longer than it did, to be honest. With this, use a hammer on your phone. Jesus, no, thank you, dude. I don't know, cause what is it? I always keep hearing that Verizon. My bad. The sun is bright this morning. Uh, I always hear that Verizon, or I think T-Mobile will like you can trade in an iPhone and you can get an iPhone 16 Plus for like $80 a month. I'm sitting there like I don't even know if I want to trade it in like to get that. Go put it outside and wait 3 days. No, if I go outside and wait 3 days, it will literally burn the entire phone. And then at that point, I would just throw it away if I was just gonna leave it outside for 3 days. But man, yesterday was a freaking day, man. Holy shoot. God. There you go. Louis' freaking charger was sliding out. But I fixed it. I took care of it. Tape it to your ceiling. Dude, what is up with you and wanting me to do drastic shit? Doge XD. I don't know. And what is this camera feature? Oh, that's freaking cool. Wait. I can change my features so like my stream doesn't see me anymore? So I can just do profile picture videos? Cool. That's cool. I didn't think you can do that. That's cool. I might have to do that sometime. If I want to show off an example or something. Or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a plan for that. But yeah, but finding out my iPhone is practically fucked. I don't know. I honestly I feel like my iPhone got messed up. Uh Man reet great. I cannot say that fully, but hi. I feel like my iPhone mainly got butchered. Same with my hand a little bit. But I feel like mainly the main reason why my iPhone got butchered the way it did was it was like no matter what time of the day or time of the year it was, I feel like my iPhone would constantly just be in heat. Like it would constantly overheat itself just trying to turn on and stuff. And I remember it would die like after 20 minutes. So yeah, obviously I know the issue with that phone. It's I have a crappy battery, and I remember my dad specifically saying that my iPhone, his old iPhone 6s has battery issues. And to be honest with you, I think it only got worse. Like the more it kept being used, to be honest. Because I remember it got so bad that like if you take it out of the charger for like 5 seconds, like it's dead on the fly. You know. Um, Yeah, it's dead on the fly, dude, and it's crazy what happened to my iPhone on a regular basis. But yeah, here we are with that a little bit. So I don't know if I mean I can still do gameplays right on my tablet here and then on PlayStation. So it's not like it's the end of the world in terms of like gameplays being completely gone and stuff. Like I can still do stuff that's on my PlayStation. I just can't do stuff that's on my Wii or my Wii or my Nintendo Switch for a while, unless I use this tablet, which this tablet's quality when you watch gameplay is not all that good. Um, so you'll be barely able to see the games that I play or whatever. If I used this device here, which again I don't mind, but it's like having that iPhone was a freaking blessing. It made so many of my gameplays from like over a year plus like look so much better and pop out so much more. It's not even funny. And I don't want to get like and I don't and the whole reason I don't want to trade the iPhone. Excuse me. Welcome to stream X. Lucas, welcome to stream, and Doge. I know you and Lucas were in here, and Mark Manreed. What's up? Put your phone as your profile pic on your YouTube channel. No, thank you. Though that kind of reminds me of one of my friends, actually. One of my friends from way back in the day used to go by Smash Phone Productions, and I think the profile picture was a smashed iPhone, as a profile picture, or an iPhone like shattering or something as a profile picture. Kind of funny that you said that, and I kind of remember like a friend of mine actually having that as a PFP like a long ass time ago. We haven't talked though in forever though. I hope he's doing good in life. Um, but yeah, like that iPhone is fucking done. I'm trying to think of ways right now that I can probably get rid of it and maybe either just sell it off for cash or like I don't know, just give it to somebody that I can do a possible trade with. But I don't want to like destroy it or do something stupid with it because I know like the phone still works. It still works. Just give it a better battery, plop that screen back on, and that iPhone 6S is like running fucking smooth. You know, replace the battery, get rid of the faulty wires that kind of fucked up the battery that made the iPhone like that in the first place, and you're fucking set. You know what I mean? Or maybe I could just get it fixed. I also was thinking about that. I thought it was done. Nah, it's still alive. You can still turn it on and stuff. But like I said, you know, the battery's very faulty and it burns up like 5 seconds every 5 seconds while you're using it, and you can't even take it off the charger for very long without it just saying, "Yep, I'm shit." You know, so I'm a shitty phone, but honestly, I mean that just goes to show that it doesn't matter, you know, what type of iPhone, you know, what type of condition I'll use it. One of my old phones kept freezing on the loading screen. Oh my god! So you couldn't even get it to like run anymore, bro. That's how you know you need like a new electronic. But I'm not trying to get like a new like electronic slash phone, because usually whenever you trade in stuff like a phone, like this is something that I've always found stupid about a phone, right? This is me with phones, right? I don't really care about having mobile data. I don't care about having service. All I care about is having a phone that basically like just works, but you treat it as like a fucking tablet. You don't make phone calls, you don't give me service, but like every time I see people with a phone, like, you know, they need to call with, they need to text, they need to do all that stuff. Me, I never cared about that. Since most of my life, I've never owned a phone, and I never really needed one, you know? It's kind of crazy. I'm 23, and yeah, I have a phone, but I don't have like a phone I text family on or make phone calls with, you know, because I don't have a phone number that people can just spam call me all the time. You know what I'm saying? So when I want a phone, it's like I want a phone to fucking do something with, like a phone. I want a phone to record with, you know, in terms of my Switch and Wii gameplay. That's mainly why I wanted the iPhone in the first place. Fun fact, because I was like, guys, I need a device that could. Because I was talking to Louie and Dad about this. I was like, guys, if I want to continue filming, make the quality better, I need something like iPhone related. Because iPhone, that I know, to my knowledge, has like the best front back camera a mobile device can have, right? Or like Snapdragon phones or whatever high tech phones, right? But iPhones, for the most part, have like the best camera tech put into them and shit. So, uh, that's why I've wanted an iPhone. I remember Dad was like, okay, I'll get you a fucking iPhone. Well, not get me an iPhone, but basically gave me, you know, his old 6S phone. And, you know, that's how this iPhone kind of came into my life, basically. It used to be Dad's until he traded me and then got himself another phone and whatnot. And threw off all his shit off there and said, you know, make your own shit, blah, 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 whatever. Nah. And I'm like, okay, cool, bet. Let me figure some of this shit out, and we can we can get a phone going, bruh. You know what I'm saying? We can get going on this phone stuff, which I think is cool. Um, and I ain't gonna lie, like having an iPhone for as long as I did was actually kind of cool, because I remember the last iPhone that I specifically remember was like my brother's iPod, man. When iPod such iPhone 1, iPhone 2 was like the new shit or whatever, and all I had was or my brother had an iPod, which it was like an iPhone, but it couldn't make phone calls or anything. You know, it was just a little neat little phone looking device. Once I said B for big booty bitches, you were like, God damn it, big booty. Because I was like, I knew that was a Devil Artemis reference when you said it in that stream. That's why I was like, motherfucker, B for big booty bitches. Stop. So I was like, God dang it. I think today, like after this vlog, I'm going to spend some time on PlayStation. But I think I'm not going to spend as much time on PlayStation because I just need some... oh, my door isn't closed all the way. That's weird. Here, let me fix that. I don't want to make it look like it's weird. But my door wasn't closed all the way. I just noticed that. I think I'm going to get on PlayStation, do the speed sim shit, and then probably hop off because... I don't know. Playing video games after what happened yesterday. Jesus, dude. But, oh my god. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. God, I need to shave right here. Something is up. I'm getting some type of hair right here that's hurting the fuck out of my middle of my brows. I got big ass eyebrows. But, Xbox, bro, you know, something crazy happened last night, right? Or not last night, but yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. After everything, what is it? Fuck. Xbox. Yeah, let me tell y'all. So Xbox upped their prices for fucking everything, bro. I'm talking, they upped their prices from if you're trying to get like a Series X, or if you're if you're trying to get the oldest Xbox, they like, oh my god, I remember when they revealed I might have to find the video, but I remember when they revealed the new prices for all Xbox consoles going forward, and then the ones that they have out right now, all the way to them moving forward. They upped the price on Xbox now, and I'm like, damn, this is to compete with the Nintendo Switch too. That's crazy. I mean, I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't think Xbox was going to try to make the move so fucking soon. That's what ended up happening with Xbox. Like, dude, I need to show y'all some of the prices. Actually, let me get on PlayStation right now to show y'all, because it's crazy up there. Now, iPhone is expensive too. I won't lie. I don't know why iPhone's so expensive when I don't get it. Like, I never, like, you know what, talk about iPhone. Go back to the iPhone topic before I show you guys the Xbox prices and stuff. I never understood, like, how iPhone could go on for as many iPhone iterations as it has right now and only make improvements to the fucking camera. Like, nothing else is new. They just keep on making iPhones because people will buy it. And don't get me wrong, I was satisfied with the 6S. You know what I mean? I can fuck with the 7. You know, iPhone 7, iPhone 7S, or iPhone 7B, or whatever the hell they call the iPhone 7 generation of iPhone. It's like, I could get the same device, like iPhone 6S, or iPhone 6S, but not opened or something, for like $100, $200, and I'd be satisfied with that, because I swear, after a certain point, I feel like Apple phones just stopped improving, and more of, like, did small touch-ups on, like, cameras, smaller features and whatnot, bro, to iPhones. Like, I don't get it. And plus, it's kind of weird that, like, whenever a new iPhone comes, and I don't know if any of y'all have experienced this with iPhone, but you know what's funny? When a new iPhone come out and you still have the older one, doesn't it feel like your iPhone dies quicker? Your current iPhone dies quicker than if you got the new one? I swear to God, it feels like that sometimes. And since, you know, I had a 6S, and, you know, iPhone's like, okay, buddy, you want a 6S instead of a 16 or something, or a 17? Because I don't know what iPhone they're on right now. I don't know. It's just fucking wild that that happened. This is why I hate iPhones, because it's expensive. Yeah, it's true. They are expensive. iPhones are expensive, which everything is expensive. Trying to live is expensive. That shit, you know? Even trying to live in this small-ass apartment is difficult. I feel like, you know, with that, right? I feel like it's going to get not complicated, but I feel like, in my honest opinion, I feel like if everything is getting expensive, I feel like everyone's wages at every job should go higher too. I don't know why that hasn't happened, or the government hasn't made a fucking law that allows like workers to go up a certain payment or pay grade or whatever. It's like everything else wants to go up with inflation, but not how much we actually make so we can benefit. It just makes it worse, you know? And again, I still don't get it. Like, um, I don't get, so stupid. Every time I get into this, or like the whole, it's expensive to live shit. It always goes on for so long because there's already so many people that rant about that as it is, and it doesn't make it any less true. But it's like, I swear that's what people. The only thing people want to talk about these days. They don't want to have like actual conversations about something else. They want to just only conversate about the prices and stuff. And I'm guilty of this too, to be honest. Like guilty of talking about prices and stuff. I talked about it so many times, so many different vlogs and stuff, but all that other sort of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm guilty. Oh man, I'm straight up guilty about that. But I try my best not to bring it up because, different times and whatever, but, or not different times, but it's like, it's kind of annoying when you constantly bring that up as your only speaking point, and then you try to lead it into other things that evolve around it. I swear, it's like it goes into, like, if you talk about politics too, politics, one of the first things that's brought up is what I literally just talked about and why it's kind of annoying. So it's like, what the hell? So, to add a question about the whole politics or whatever the fuck, whatever the hell, I just find it funny that, like, even with, the dude in office and stuff, Trump in office, I still haven't seen anything, like, really get impacted yet. Like, nothing's, like, has happened. And again, all this stuff that, quote unquote, other people fucked up is going to take a long ass time. But let me show you them prices for Xbox stuff. Like, you guys are going to flip your shit when you guys see this. Where is it? Because I had it in my... Oh, God, I watch so much stuff on YouTube a day. It's crazy. Jacob Weebly? Weebly? Or Webby? I hate it when they, yeah, Xbox games are now 80. Wait, what happened to that short? I swear to God I watched that. Wait, did he delete that video? Did he? Because I swear I was like watching my own shit. And then I started watching shit with Nick last night. But I guess it's gone now. But then again, we still have Asmund Gold's stuff about video games being 80. Yeah, but we adjusted the... Oh, no, it's not. Okay. It's still not cap. Hold on, let me show you. Oh, man, I'm still... Yeah, look at this. As of May 1st, we've adjusted recommended pricing of our consoles and controllers worldwide. We expect to adjust the pricing of some of our new first-party games starting holiday season to $80. That's so to keep up with the times. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is to really keep up with the times. Also, another thing that sort of kind of bothered me when it happened is my reaction video, like, getting taken off because I reacted to Verbal Ace, I reacted to his content, and then YouTube just comes in and says, because Because I remember that day I spent over an hour streaming. I was like streaming for like 2, 3 hours or something. And, oh god, my eyes. And I reacted to verbally for like 5 seconds. Or not 5 seconds, like more than a minute. And my whole stream gets taken down saying stream violation, even though I did slash said nothing wrong, you know. So it's just weird that my stream got taken down for violation, or maybe some dickhead just decided to come into stream and ruin it or something. I don't know. But I did say I'll make it up to you guys one day and give you guys that reactionary content or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, though I feel like I should like spice up my channel a little bit and introduce something new. Though I've been thinking about it as of late. Like, I need to find a way to get something animated. Damn, you know, when I had revenue, I probably should have used a little bit on it to ask somebody to animate something for me or whatever. But can you animate a little something for me? But anyways, I digress, right? I feel like I should bring memes to the channel. Like, in some way, shape, or form, I feel like I should. You know how like KSI, Lost Pause, and millions of others like either have a Reddit, they have a Reddit, or they have Reddit and Discord, and they go on there basically every day or every other day and look at memes that involve gaming memes or whatever. Like, we just look at memes like all day scrolling through memes and stuff, right? I feel like I should do that and bring that to the channel, because I feel like it would give me something new to do on the internet, because I'm usually a guy who doesn't really like look into memes. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I watch memes. I'm watching more memes now because I watch like Lost Pause, and basically Lost Pause nowadays, that's all he does is meme videos. Like, he gives you content based around different types of memes, like based off his own, like his own, you know, his own character Lily or whatever. And then like all sorts of other memes that involve gaming memes, that involve just, I don't know, just memes just in general. Hello, how's it going? Yo, Ambu, how you doing, man? I'm doing pretty alright. I'm just chilling after yesterday. By the way, after everything yesterday, bro, I swear to God, my hand bloated up so big, but now it's so small again. You know, now it looks like it's back to normal. After slamming my hand against the dresser, because I swear to God, I need a fucking better outlet than, you know, things around me, because I swear to God. But after all that shit, after my hand got bloated from like slamming my dresser a good few times, I remember way later I was just sitting there watching YouTube a lot, just kind of in my own thoughts, kind of in my own head a little bit. And then like hours later, you know, I kind of hung out with Nick like all the way until like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I got like, because I just hung out with Nick for so many hours, because I was just having so much fun, and I kind of needed it after yesterday anyway. I got Tekken 8 recently. Damn, what happened? Go watch those videos to find out, because I don't want to reiterate. I even mentioned in the video, like, I'm not gonna like repeat like what happened. You know, those videos are there for a reason. And plus, I didn't monetize the Cuphead review because, yeah, no, I'm not gonna monetize that. Fuck that. Because I needed to rant. That was basically me getting my shit about that video out. Everything I felt into that one video, and after that video, I felt so good. You know, I felt so good after letting all that shit out. Though, even though I was in pain, it still felt good that I let all that anger from yesterday out into that video. You know, so you guys get to watch it live. You know, my rage. So enjoy that. Another video of rage. But that's why I was thinking like, yo, maybe I should do like a new type of video or a new type of something that allows me to do something different. I don't know. I feel like I do need to do something different though. Like I won't lie, like something different would be nice. Like don't get me wrong, maybe like I should go and do something. I just don't know what, to be honest, since I'm not interested in a whole lot of things. So it's like, I mean, I'm interested in a lot of things, but I'm not interested in a lot of things, if you know what I mean. Like, because I remember one viewer in my other vlog was telling me, um, to balance out that anger, you need to find something physical to do, like boxing or some type of activity. And I'm like, I don't like doing physical activities, my guy. 9 times out of 10, I'm not enjoying that shit. I'm really not enjoying that, to be honest. I don't enjoy a lot of physical activities. I don't. Oh god, my eye hurts now. It's kind of my eye hurts because I'm still fucking tired. Because 2 in the morning, right? I go to sleep at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I only got like 4 hours of sleep. That's what I'm working off of right now. I think, yeah. I think 4 hours, if my math is correct. Yeah, 4 hours of sleep. That's what I'm working off of right now. Kind of crazy that I'm working off 4 hours, but here we are working off 4 hours of sleep because trying to sleep last night was fucked. I don't even know how Louie and Dad do it on a regular basis, but they do it on a fucking regular basis, on a normal basis. Nick does it too, and I'm just like, how do you guys do it? How do you guys keep yourself awake, but then sleep so much during the day? Like Louis does 24/7 over here. Sleeps so much during the day. Like only wakes up till like 11 in the afternoon all the time. Never wakes up at like 5, 6, 7 in the morning or whatever, and does whatever the fuck. But yeah, God, man, there's so many days where it feels like I'm done so much. I don't know. I want to do something new, but I don't know what type of new shit I want to do yet. That makes me just want to do something different with my day. But there was something that I did say last night that I feel like a lot of people are, it's going to happen to a lot of people, and I just feel like it is, right? I feel like a lot of people with these game prices, like Xbox going up in price so much, PlayStation's obviously going to follow suit with like either PS6 onward, or they make the PS5 even more expensive or something or like that, or whatever the fuck. I feel like the next generation of gaming consoles and everything, like Nintendo Switch 2 onward or whatever, I feel like a lot of people are either gonna jump the bandwagon, like go to PC, or like maybe just stop gaming entirely, or whip out like their older consoles, like from what they had before, and just play the library that they own with that said console instead of buying a new one like immediately or right away. I mean, the Switch 2 kind of disproves my point because people pre-ordered that bitch and it all sold out in less than an hour for some reason. So I could be hella wrong. People are still going to be definitely buying hybrid gaming consoles or whatever, but I feel like that opened my eyes a little bit and made me realize, like, damn, I spent hundreds upon hundreds of dollars on video games, or my parents did, or my brother did, like, throughout my entire, like, life. People have been buying me video games, and I think to myself, like, especially now more than ever, since I, get mad easily or get mad a lot at video games that I play, no matter what they are. I'm sitting there like, man, what a waste when, that 60, 70, $80 could be used for something. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I know it's all subjective what people do with their money, what's beneficial for them, what's beneficial for others. But I feel like video games nowadays, in the modern day, with how we're going about them and stuff, I feel like they're almost like a waste of money than an actual good purchase. And I don't know if a lot of people are going to understand what I mean, but like, for example, right? In my opinion, what do I consider a good purchase? A game I'm gonna remember like for the rest of my fucking days that left an impact on me when it came out, and I'm still playing it to this day. You know what I mean? Or playing it every so often, or something like that. And I can just think of like Mario Odyssey, one of the greatest 3D platformers I've ever played in a long time. That I can sit there for 5 to 6 hours and do a full run through of the game like it's Luigi's Mansion and just have a blast with it. You know? I feel like games are really losing its luster when it comes to that in a lot of ways. You know, like for example, you know, the yesterday, like all that could have been avoided if I didn't like give like, you know, if I didn't put $20 into it. I could have just let Louis keep that money, or for example, like I could have just, you know, asked for like 2, 3 fucking pizzas and with chargers, and I could have came home with, you know, more pretzel crust pizza, or we could have bought burritos, you know, went to Taco Bell, bought some burritos instead, you know, for like $12, and that would have been, in my opinion, sure, it wouldn't have lasted as long, but it would have been, I feel like, more worthwhile to get some good food because, or good food or something, like food or like a drink or something. I feel like video games for not just for me, but I feel like for a lot of people are losing their value like each year, and um, I feel like with these price increases with gaming consoles and PCs and all that shit, I feel like I don't know, we're going into an era where it's like, damn, it's gonna make a lot of people think. Like very soon, it's gonna make a lot of people think. I feel like, damn, I spent so much money on all this stuff and so much countless entertainment that I'm just gonna, like for example, I'm gonna use Dragon Ball Heroes example. Oh man, I bought Dragon Ball Heroes and I love this game to death, but I'm only gonna play it for like a year and a half before I want the next game, or think of a COD game where it's like it's the newest Call of Duty for like a year and a half, and then the new one comes out like next year, a little bit after the last one, and it's like that Call of Duty now is useless. That Call of Duty is trash. That 60, 70, $80 you spent on Call of Duty, you know, was worthless. It could have been spent somewhere else, or spent to, I don't know, make yourself feel better or something. Like, I don't know, it could have been put in your bills. It could have been put in the rent. It could have been, or bills slash rent, you know, because bills and rent kind of go hand in hand. I don't know, the money could have been spent on, I don't know, if you're into cigarettes, you know, or something. I don't know if cigarettes really that worthwhile unless you smoke them, but, you know, I'm not a smoker, so I can't tell you if it's beneficial for health or something, but, because I'm not like a health, well, I know they're bad, but you get my point, you know. Because we buy things that feel, that make us feel like it's beneficial, like it's we need this, you know, to live, or we need this to thrive or something. Well, in actuality, we don't. We can get a pile of like 100, 200 games, sit there with those 100, 200 games, and just play that shit the rest of our lives. I feel like people also don't realize this, but like you can buy a console from 2000 fucking something, right? And have a library of games. Like, for example, say you get a PS3. That PS3 comes with every single video game known to man on the PS3. You can sit there and play that entire console library for your entire life, right? And still, like, not be done with a fraction of the library that system has. That's how many games on a system there are nowadays, or even back then. Like, even the NES had, like, over a few hundred, if not 1,000 fucking games. You know? And it's like every console generation gets more and more shit on their system. And it's like, my brother spent 530, 40, 50, 60-ish dollars for his PS5. How many games on the library is he truly playing, bro? You know, on that system. Probably like like 0.1% of the library of the PlayStation 5 that he's playing on right now. I mean, back then when the PS5 took a long time to get games, he might have played a good 20%. But even then, the PS5 has the PS4 library that everyone can go and play, digitally or physically. So it has the PS4 back compatibility with that, but it also can do PS5 as well. So it's like, not only the PS5 already launched with over 1,000 plus games from the PS4 era, but the PS5 era probably has a few hundred games now, and it's crazy just to think about that. All you need is one console to really fucking do everything, but the whole reason we keep buying new consoles all the time is because they have the new shit on there, or it runs slightly better, and it does feel cool every now and again to get something new, you know, because the idea of having something that is fresh, that is not the norm, you know, is really cool every once in a while. But once you realize, and that whole idea of needing something new 24/7 vanishes from your mindset, and there's other things for you to think about and prioritize over gaming consoles and over all this other sort of shit, you'll slowly start to realize how gaming truly can be like a really good time, but also like a really wasteful amount of time, because, you know, a lot of people say gaming, unless you don't do it professionally, like in an esport or something, doesn't really benefit you or any way, shape, or form. I mean, it may keep you from being bored, but I don't know. Spending $60, $70, $80 on like one video game is kind of ridiculous. And then, or it's even worse when you talk about subscription service games. I might have to make up my experience and how I feel about live. Actually, Scott the Was summed it up perfectly on live service games. You know what I mean? Like games that just don't have an ending, games that are just, you know, free, or you pay $60 like outright for the base game. And then, you know, there's there's games where you still pay $60, $70, but then you have to pay $60, $70 for expansions, or $20 for expansions, or all this other sort of stuff. And I'm like, God damn, I don't understand that half the time when you have to pay for extra expansions just to continue playing the game. And that's a whole thing in itself that I don't want to go into, but people feel the need to do that. And even I feel the need to buy a new game every so often, every once in a while, but I don't know. It's just kind of weird, you know, when we have all these eras of video games, and it's just like either it's really beneficial or it's just a complete waste to us on a regular basis. You know, our favorite games change. You know, we change and grow as people or whatever, and it's a whole thing. But I know I had a long-ass rant there about gaming and stuff, but sometimes I can't help it sometimes, since I'm a gamer myself, and I've been in the scene for so long now that I can just see all sides of the spectrum of it, like the good sides, the bad sides, the news about it, the outcome, like on that said news or whatever. Also, shouts to Lords of the Fallen for that 2.0 update. Shout out to them for completely reworking their entire game and making everybody love them again, and actually taking criticism and player feedback, in comparison to a lot of AAA studios and a lot of game companies nowadays that don't even do that. That don't even try to meet their audience halfway anymore. They start it up, and they see if it doesn't get support, they kill the game off. And that's so annoying on a regular basis to do, instead of trying to fix your game and rework it and make it better. It's stupid. It's so stupid. But, man, I mean, I can still do Paper Mario. I gotta wait till my hand feels a lot better, though. Because my left hand does not feel good again. I don't give a shit about it, honestly. Like, because I remember Louie and my dad yesterday, like, after I told them, like, what I did, you know. Obviously, because they don't watch my videos, so they don't know. So I have to, like, kind of express to them what happened a little bit. And I remember my dad was like, do you want to go to the hospital, Alex? And I'm like, you know, honestly, the way I'm going, it's not that I would like to go to the hospital, but it's like, I don't know if this is something wrong with me, but sometimes I just don't care. I mean, I care about my hands, but like, the way I'm constantly going about it, and it's like, you know, I clearly need an outlet, a better outlet to unleash my rage on instead of like, fucking dressers or something in this room. I need an outlet, but no one's really giving me an outlet. So I vent either through video or through other means, which is like just physically, like just physically just damaging my hand until I'm either done or the pain is just too much or whatever the fuck. And then I just stop for a while, let my hands heal, and then do it fucking again. I swear it's these damn video games. I'm gonna be like that grandma or that mom or something. Maybe this actually. I'm just gonna drink this. I don't think I've eaten that much. Yeah, but I got like sun-kissed orange because Louis got me the shit. I have like two more 2-liter bottles in there. The way I'm drinking this, I think it should last like a while. But I don't know why it's not trying to go like kink out the little freaking things there and just freaking pop back out. I gotta throw some air in there or something. But it's funny when people tell me to stop. Like, you really need to stop damaging your hands, man. You really need to stop doing this and that. And I'm like, I don't think I will stop unless I find like a genuine way to either just stop it or just like completely just not do something at all or whatever. There it goes. Now it's kicking out the shit. I don't know if I'll stop, to be honest. To be real, I don't know if I'll stop. Because I just need something different to do, Or somewhere to go, or somewhere to meet somebody. We do things outside, Just for me to not even think like that. That's why I feel like I do need, sometimes I feel like I do need someone like Nick around, or like Ronnie around IRL, so we can just go do something. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, like, talking with everybody through PlayStation and YouTube streams is one thing, but it's like being able to go outside with your friend or whatever, with your friend or significant other or family or whatever, and go do something, go do an activity, I feel like puts you in a different type of mindset. And since I don't do a lot of things with people a lot, like at all, other than like my YouTube streams here and stuff, I feel like I'm kind of worse off, when I'm not doing something with somebody or like doing something, like I just mentioned. Another thing is I realized, bro, is I work 1,000 times better when I eat good. I noticed that too. Like, I started noticing that as of late. Like, if I don't eat, because usually I never eat before a stream. I don't eat before streams. I always do my streams before I eat, before I just sometimes, well, not go to the bathroom. I'll do like the basic necessities, like go to the bathroom, like wake up in the morning, go to the bathroom and shit, wash up, and then come out. But then I would just come back in here and immediately start streaming, right? Because my basic necessities is wake up in the morning, maybe jerk it if I feel like it, then go to the bathroom, handle shit, hop on stream, do my streaming shit, and that's like my basic necessities a day. And then whatever the fuck, I just let the day kind of flow by, like in whatever way, shape, or form, whatever way it wants to go, I will I will basically whatever happens in the day, I'll just let it fucking happen in the background and stuff. Like, if I'm gonna watch something on Netflix with Nick or Disney Plus for like video purposes, I'll do that during the day, or I'll just watch a good chunk of YouTube for most of the day or something. I'll figure it out. But but yeah, back to what I was saying about eating good. I feel like most of the time, whenever I don't eat, or I don't eat very well, or if I don't know. It's weird because I think I noticed that as of late, like in terms of me eating. I feel like when I eat, I need to. I don't know. I feel like if I eat good, I feel like my mood kind of changes a little. Well, obviously it does change because it's like, damn, I ate really good. I feel really good. So of course, when you eat something good, you feel really good. But I feel like I need that on like a regular basis or some shit. To eat really good. Like for example, like at least I need to eat something that will not only fill me up but like satisfy me to kind of push through some bullshit a lot better, or push through some shit a lot more and a lot better. But since I don't um take care of myself much all that much, or I mean I do take care of myself, but I don't take care of myself all that well a lot of the time. Shit turns ugly really fast, or toxic really fast, or something, which is why it's like 9 times out of 10 you might see me fucking angry half the time because I'm not really eating good. So like, therefore my mood might be shitty or whatever, or that's just what happens every now and again. And when I eat good, I do feel better. But I don't want to become one of those guys that like needs to rely on eating good every single day just to have a good day or to feel good every day. I know people say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but it's like I feel like no matter what point in the day, as long as you eat good at least once or twice a day or something, just eat really good, you won't like feel like shit either in the morning, or you won't just feel like shit like going throughout your day and stuff or whatever the fuck. And I feel like that's been happening a lot to me as of late, like just constantly feeling net. Like I remember, like me and Dad having combos, like Dad constantly saying, it's people in your chat that make you feel negative. They're energy vampires or whatever. And I'm like, I get that 100%. I do. There's a lot of douchebags in my chat sometimes that say the wrong shit, or that say stupid shit, and I gotta either time them out or not give them the time of day, or either one of the two. Or maybe it's like, returning viewers or viewers that watch me all the time that say stupid shit. Like, calm down, bro, it's not that serious. Even though everyone that watches me by now, like, if you tell me to relax, you're just you're just adding fumes to the fire, basically. Just either, watch, maybe give your thoughts, and then dip. If you see me like really fucking pissed off, all right? You're not calming me down, man. I calm myself down. That it doesn't work when people just tell me that in my chat when I'm getting pissed or something like that. 9 times out of 10. Maybe there is a times where it has worked, but most times it doesn't. And there's even multiple times in my streams and even shorts where people tell me to fucking relax, right? And it's like, people tell me to constantly relax, and I'm like, you go through what I'm going through then right now, and tell me how pissed or calm you would fucking be, multiple times. My phone basically, it got so heated up, right? It's burnt to crisp. Not burnt to crisp, but it got so hot that now the screen is slowly popping upward. Basically, like, at a line. It's like, for example, your phone's normally like this. But this is how my phone is. Like, you can see the screen trying to pop up a little bit. Oh, let me do a better example. Like this, and then like that. That's basically how my phone is like. My iPhone 6S is like right now. So, what I decided to do with it, just to run by it real quick, uh, is I decided to get rid of all my data on it and just kind of letting it sit over there for a while until I figure out what me and Louis should do with it, or whatever should I do with it, since it it has a faulty battery anyway. Like, you can still turn it on and it still works, but excuse me, you have to constantly leave it on the charger. Yeah, it has a faulty battery. It still works, but since that faulty battery kind of fucks up everything, it burns up the phone. And once it burns up too much, it gets too hot and it barely wants to work and all that other sort of stuff. Even when the brightness is turned down, the battery still wants to heat up in like the first 5-10 minutes of use. Or sometimes if you take it off the charger too, since the battery's so faulty, it's so shitty that it just immediately fucking dies, crashes, and burns. That's why, like, every stream, that I did when using the iPhone, I had to, like, keep it charged the whole time so the stream would stay alive during the whole 1 hour session or some type of session or whatever. And I think the iPhone really got to that point because I spent nearly 4 hours streaming, while I was constantly burning the other day. So that probably didn't help my iPhone, but to answer your question, man, that's what happened to my fucking phone, which is why I'm kind of sitting there like, oh shit, my phone, sort of had this happen to it. But I was thinking of alternative / ideas, like, for example, like trading it in somewhere to like Verizon, T-Mobile, or some place that allows me to trade in a phone for a phone that's just as good, if not better than it. But then again, I would just rather pay for it all up front than have multiple smaller payments in increments. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what if I trade in this phone and you give me a new phone that's either much better or slightly better? Because I don't really care. I just only care if it's better than what I had before, just by a little bit. It doesn't even have to be by a whole lot. But, phone companies and all these other places, whenever they do those type of trades, in order to get value on their end and not just value on my end, they have to pull out some bullshit like that where it's like, hey, get this new phone, but you have to have everything we say on there or whatever, or everything you think you want on there, even though you don't even use half those features. I mean, for me, I'm a guy that uses like tablets and stuff most of his life, so having data and all that other crap is kind of useless to me. You know what I mean? I'm good with Wi-Fi and just doing things based off of Wi-Fi and stuff. I don't need all this crazy shit regular phones would use on a regular basis. I just don't need it. I don't need it. I don't want it. I just don't want it. I probably should go on a walk around the apartment complexes this morning just to get some fresh air. But, that reminds me of another talking point. Like Louis, when he says he wants to go places. I don't know if you guys have a sibling that does this shit, but, like, but let me know if you do. Stop me if you do, or stop me if you don't, or whatever. Just give your input or something. But, like, Louis, 9 times out of 10, when he leaves and says, oh, I'm gonna go outside. Like, for example, I can be sitting here on the PlayStation doing Sonic Speed Sim stuff, related shit, basically. And, what is it? I could, basically, I could be doing some Sonic Speed Sim shit. And he decides to take either his Crocs or his normal shoes and just go outside and say, hey, I'm going to go do something. I'm going to go somewhere, right? And it's like, okay, he's going to go somewhere. Where the fuck is he going? Louis, where are you going? And then all he says, right, whenever you ask him, like, where he's going or whatever, all he says sometimes, or half the time, is, I'm just going to go on a walk, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know you're going to go on a walk. I see your shoes on, but where, though? See, that's the difference between, like, me and Louis, right? If I'm, and that's how Louis tells Dad, too. Like, hey, I'm going to head out, right? Like, it's like, okay, right? But where are you going, though? So we know, like, what the hell you're up to out there. And with me, or like my dad, for example, if we leave, we're leaving, and then we're going to say what we're going to do out there. So everyone already knows, all right, bet. He's going to be gone for a bit to do this or whatever, grab this, grab that, or me, I'm going to be like, I go on a walk, like I said just a second ago. I said, hey, Dad, I'm going to go on a walk around, like, the apartment complexes, right? I asked that. And Dad knows, okay, he's leaving for a good 5-10 minutes to walk, take a walk all around the apartment complexes that we live around. You know, do a few loops, like 2-3 loops around, or maybe walk around the apartment complex. You just know that I'm in the area. You know what I mean? You know what I'm doing, / you know what's up. Because, and the reason we're kind of like that nowadays is because, you know, there were so many times where we're out way later than we need to be, or for example, like, because you never know, shit ain't safe nowadays, man. Shit really isn't safe nowadays. A lot of people are doing a lot of crazy shit in today's world, so it's like, you know, if you come back, like, all of a sudden after your quote-unquote walk around the apartment complexes, and it's been, like, 8 hours, you know, we're going to be wondering, what the fuck? Did you just sit there walking around the apartment complexes for 8 hours or something? Because, and also another reason why we do this so much is because Louis would always be saying he's going to go on a walk, but then do like 7 to 8 other fucking things on top of that walk. And I remember, like, me and Chris had so many discussions about this shit. And I know some people might be thinking, isn't that kind of fucking nosy? But it's like, if Louis is gonna get on either me or like my dad for that same energy, right? Like going on a walk, saying nothing to you, right? You know, we're gonna expect the same thing back, or we're gonna do the same thing right back at you. You know what I mean? Don't be a hypocrite. That's what that's what the message is here. Don't be a hypocrite. If you're gonna go on a walk, you know, let us know where you're walking to. Like, walk to the park. Okay, he's gonna walk to the park and back, or whatever. Or just on a long walk. I'm gonna go on a walk outside and about, probably past the park and shit. You know, at least just say what's up. Say what's on your mind. Then go and do it. And then we wouldn't even like have the idea of like even worrying about you in the first place. Because I feel like that's what ends up happening, you know, with Louis when back in the day he would say, I'm gonna go on a walk and do something. You know, I'm so used to Louis just not telling me where he's going. I have to take an estimated guess that it's like, what the fuck, dude, on those walks and shit. But anyways, I digress. Louis tries to tell me more, but he needs to still do better in terms of telling me what the fuck is up, or at least letting Dad know what's up. So we don't like call out shit that isn't true or anything, because like Louis kind of a lot of times looks like a hypocrite, because he would somewhat get on Dad for like leaving until like 10 at night without saying nothing, you know, or a text like, hey, what the fuck up? You know, Louis would text that, and then Louis would do the same thing a few nights later without telling us. And if you guys remember the whole incident with Louis spending the night at a fucking friend's house, you know, and not even letting me and Dad know that he was over at a friend's house for the night, fucking scared the shit out of me and Dad a little bit, because it's like, he's never been gone for a full night somewhere else before, and if we knew that ahead of time, we wouldn't be so fucking worried about him. We're trying to maybe attempt to go look for him or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I'm like, that's why everyone in this house, whenever we leave, we communicate what the fuck we're gonna do, you know, to each other all the time. So we know what's happening when we leave that fucking door. Like, for example, now, I don't have to say shit. You know, Dad already knows what I'm doing. And I have an idea of what Dad's doing. But you get my point, nonetheless, on this moment. And I feel like, and I know other people's families work completely differently. They have their own version of like, hey, I'm gonna do this or whatever or something. But I'm just saying, like, just for protection's sake or whatever, or not protection. It's more of like just so we're aware, of what's going on. Because none of us like being in the dark. A lot of guys just want to know what the fuck so we can react accordingly to what the fuck. Bright, welcome to stream. How you doing? I'm just talking to fucking thin air since. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me redo live chat. Wait, that's fucking weird. Why does my chat not want to update? Thank God I got my PlayStation chat on so I can see the actual comments. My bad for not saying anything if you said something earlier. But PlayStation, or my YouTube is being completely weird. I can't believe it's already May 2nd. Oh, and by the way, let me show y'all this real quick. Thank y'all for 3,980 subscribers, dude. We need like a little bit more subscribers, man. And we're at, 4,000 subscribers. It's taken a long ass time. What happened to your phone? My phone screen kind of popped up a little bit, and I don't even want to use it anymore because I felt like after my screen started like popping upward a little bit, like out of place, and you can see how out of place it is, that kind of made me realize, like, you know what? I think I'm done using this iPhone for live stream my Nintendo Switch and Wii games and shit. So I got rid of all my information on the phone through information erasing or whatever in the iPhone settings and just cleared the shit out. And right now my phone's sitting on the charger and I don't know what to do with it, I don't know if I should give it back. I don't know if I should not give it back, but I don't know if I should just give it away or something, like trade it in for a better one or something. Because I could do that and get a better one, but then it comes at a fucking stupid-ass monthly price for no reason for, like, what is it? 5, 6, 7, 8 months, maybe longer. So that way I don't have to pay the phone anymore for some stupid reason. And I don't like that shit. I never liked that about phones. Having to pay them off every month. It's so stupid. But I get it, though, like, for services and shit, something's got to happen so it can keep running. But it's like, Since I'm a tablet person, I probably won't ever understand this. I've been a tablet baby, like, my entire life. Though I've had phones, and I've had a lot of people in my life that use phones more than tablets. I've always been that tablet guy because I've always seen phones as like kind of shitty. Dandelions, hi. But yeah, that happened to my phone, and that's why I'm choosing not to use it all that much. And, I need, one thing I find, and I don't know if anyone else has mentioned this, but one thing I find extremely difficult, I feel like in 2025, I feel like it's really hard to find, like once you're so, like, you're into your ways, right? Because I remember, I'm not going to say, like, people can't change or anything. Like, I'm not going to say that. But I feel like for a lot of people, maybe myself included, it feels like it's, like, because I always have an issue. This is, like, my problem, like, on a regular basis, because I have a learning problem. It's hard for me to learn, like, or do anything, like, learning-wise, unless, like, you're in the same room as me and you're the one teaching me the shit. So I have like a learning issue. So it's kind of hard for me to like learn and pick up on new things unless like I'm shown what the fuck is up sometimes, or 9 times out of 10. So It's really hard for me to learn. But I feel like it's really hard for me as well to get new hobbies and stick with new hobbies. I feel like it's really hard for me to do that since I'm so oriented. I'm so used to waking up in the morning, doing a gameplay stream or a gameplay stream or no gameplay stream, just doing a stream. And then, the rest of the day is like up in the air. Or sometimes I'll do multiple streams that day since I'm very unpredictable in terms of streaming. Like, am I going to stream more than once today? Excuse me. Am I going to stream more than once? Am I going to go for 2 streams? Am I going to go for 3? Am I going to go for 4? Am I going to go for 5? Like, depending on what mood I'm in. Am I in a streaming mood, like a streaming frenzy mood, or am I in a I'll do like 1 stream, call it off for like the rest of the day, watch whatever else is on my page, please, and that's it. Or maybe it's 2 streams or something. But I really feel like that happens so much. Dandelion's what happened. My phone just a little bit upped. That's why I don't use it. That's what happened there. But I feel like for me as well, like back to what I was saying, the main topic at hand, I feel like it's really hard for me to find new hobbies and do something new since I've been doing the same type of thing for like 7 to 8 years straight without really like changing it or adding. I mean, I did add a lot of things to my YouTube, but you get my point though. Simple issue takes some weed. You can relax and focus. Simple issue. I don't do weed. I don't do any sort of thing like that. I don't do that. It feels like I don't need that to really focus on something. Maybe, who knows? Maybe if I took weed, I could focus like a goddamn crazy person or focus like fucking mad. But then again, I have no fucking idea because I've never done it. I have a lot of people in my life that have done it, but I've never like experienced it firsthand. You know what I mean? By doing it myself or whatever to see if I can focus better or something. I remember Dad always telling me that like whenever he does it, it helps him focus. It helps him relax as well, like simultaneously and shit. But or whatever. But again, that's showing / telling that isn't like, me doing it or something. And I don't think I would want to, especially after hearing that it stays in your body for like over 30 days and the smell is crazy. It's a whole thing. I don't think I really would want to put that in my body. I don't think so. Yet, I'm perfectly fine with putting sun-kissed orange in my body. I mean, it is an alcohol, but anyways, or some type of beverage. It's kind of like a soft drink. That's what this is. I don't vape either. I hate anything that I don't vape. I don't vape, I don't smoke, I don't do none of that shit. I matter of fact, I dislike a lot of that shit. Mainly due to my upbringing in terms of like smoking cigarettes and whatnot and what it's done to family members of mine and shit. You can take CBD vape. Funny story actually about smoking. Not weed, but cigarettes. No alcohol either. I despise alcohol, mainly because of like me seeing the outcomes of over drinking on like almost a regular basis. That's why I despise it so much. Alcohol especially. I despise alcohol and I really hate cigarettes. But again, mainly because like, but if I had to choose like obviously one over the other, I would obviously alcohol is much worse. But like obviously, but like, so I'd rather take like smoking cigarettes, but I don't do any of that shit, and I don't like. Well, okay, let me explain this. Right, like I said, alcohol. I already explained that bit. Why I don't like that. That makes sense. That's obvious reason why you don't like drinking alcohol. Whatever. Cigarettes. The reason I don't like cigarettes is not only because of the smell, but because of like what it can do to your body and what it can do to people around me. Or not just around me, but what it can do to like people, like in families or whatever. I know it can bring down stress for some people, and some people need the nicotine from the cigarettes, but like, and it's way too hard just to like somewhat quit it. But it's like I hate cigarettes because it essentially played a part in like killing my own mom in some way, shape, or form. In some way, shape, or form, you know. I would argue alcohol and cigarettes really like, you know, killed my own mom at this point. I'm gonna be so real. Those things played a massive part in doing that. And that's why I mainly despise like cigarettes and all that other sort of shit. And also all the times where if you get the cigarette ash on you or something, or like if people smoke in your general vicinity, you smell like cigarettes. I remember so many times I would go to fucking school, and since my mom and dad used to smoke like heavy all the time, like basically my whole house, or at least my mom and dad's room, and if I need to go up there, I wouldn't mind it because I was a little kid and I'm not thinking too much of it whenever they smoke. God damn it, Pip. What? Huh? What do you want, Pip? What do you want? What? I got my daughter here. Pirate Games if you're a G. Caloric's Bleach, Pirate Games. I don't know if I would want to do that unless I really, really want to play that particular game again or something. Or whatever. And to be real, if we're talking about games again, emulators, bruh. No, I got it. But I'm saying, like, before emulators, I would obviously try to go out and maybe buy the product first or whatever. But, you know, hey. By the way, that's what you're supposed to do, but be my guest if you emulate first and then buy the product or whatever later. But yeah, that's why I despise like smoking and cigarette. Oh yeah, and back to cigarettes, right? Back to the story about that. So since my mom and dad would fuck, I can't remember all that much. No, I remember now. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. That's why I was getting mad earlier a second ago. A little bit. My mom and dad would smoke like all the time, right? So if I go to their room and try to ask for help or ask or just see what's up, you know, I would get blasted with cigarette ash. And even when I don't even want it, you know, I take a shower, I get ready for school, I get my backpack, my clothes set, everything set. And if, you know, if they smoke in my vicinity, I now smell like ash. And basically, I'm going to school smelling like a walking cigarette packet like almost every day. And you know what? The only time it really pissed me off / annoyed me back then was when everybody in my science class, I would hate going to science class back in middle school because some fucking kid every single time would have to point out the fact that somebody smells like cigarettes, bro. Who the fuck didn't take a shower, bro? Who didn't do that? And by the way, sometimes I actually, most of the time, I would take a shower to try to get rid of the smell, but since the smoke, says cigarette, you know, smell kind of like goes throughout the whole house most of the time, it didn't matter if I showered. The moment I got in / and got rid of the smell temporarily, after I got out, it was back on me again. It was so bad at times. To the point that, you know, going to school and people like kind of getting on me saying, go take a shower, bro, or you know, go do this, go do that, or whatever. And it was so annoying that it would get pointed out because I easily get embarrassed, dude. Not only I get mad easy, but I get embarrassed easy. So it's like I got embarrassed so many times due to that. And I remember there were times where I did talk to mom and dad about that. Like, you guys smoke a little less or not smoke around me. I'm getting not bullied at school to the point like it was like me getting beat up or something for it, but it's like, you know, people would always point that shit out and it would be so fucking annoying. Meanwhile, everyone in like my special needs class would never say anything about it. They would just live on life or some shit or whatever. My teachers never said anything about it either. Honestly, if it was that bad in science, I'm surprised people just didn't like call me out immediately for the cigarette ash or whatever the fuck. You know, or whatever. Just didn't call me out at all. But I'm actually glad, like, most of my life, no one really called me out on that shit, other than, like, middle school, that specific class period. But, the original Nintendo owner will respect piracy now. When the fuck did they say that?
Nintendo are the guys that like hate fan games, bruh. Oh god, that's gonna bring me to Nintendo again. I don't want to talk about Nintendo again. Nintendo is a company that I wanted to get back into for so long, and just for them to go crazy with their prices on their games. Take nutmegs. What the hell are those? I've never even heard of that. What, Pip? You want to be on the bed? Some shit. You want to be on bed? Come here. Come here. You just wants to lay in my bed or something. Up here? Something? You want to go up there? Come on. Up. There you go, girl. It's a legal alternative to weed. Oh. I still don't want to take anything to relax, though, because, and the reason I'm probably on top of that, like, only one nut should be taken mixed with milk, and it's powdered it. I got it, but, like, this is also another reason why I don't want to take any man-made shit unless it's, like, medicine for, like, sickness or something. It's because I used to be on meds. I used to be, since I was diagnosed with ADHD, since I was young, since I was little ass kid, serious autism, ADHD, anger issues. I would be on pills for a long time, and basically these pills would nullify, my ADHD or whatever, my autism or whatever, and bring it down. And it worked for some time, but then after some time it just stopped working, and, Dad realized he was paying, I think, obviously nowhere near as much money for, like, meds nowadays in 2025, but since I haven't been on, like, any sort of meds in, like, over 10 years, I think over 10 years, it's either over 10 years now or a little bit more than that. Since I haven't been on, like, anything in that time, I think that's why, like, and Dad wanted me to figure this shit out naturally, and more of a better way to learn naturally than to learn with drugs, learn with a medication. That's why I've always been so hard on medication, or me never wanting to do some sort of meds again, because it's like, I don't know. And that's one of the things that really stuck with me when Dad told me that one day, saying, also, Aaron's dad kind of, my old best friend's dad kind of had that message, like, no, I'm not going to put my kids on anything. They're going to figure that out themselves, and it's better to figure out yourself than relying on drugs, because there's already so many people that do that in the world. Why add one more person to that list? If I can deal with my anger issues on a regular basis, / ADHD and autism, and keep it at lows when I know to keep it at low without needing meds, I'm straight. You know what I mean? Like, I got it under control a good chunk of the time. That's why I'm like, I don't need meds to control me. Because I feel like that's just another way, the government or other people that are like that have a way of controlling me, have a way of having something on me or giving me some shit. I don't want to rely on that stupid shit. But don't take it. I took it. It delayed the effect. Once I woke up, my eyes were shut, couldn't open it, and my whole body was numb. I did cut myself when I fell from the bed. Horrible experience. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about, why medication from man can be dangerous, because it can either do something like that or even things that are far worse. Which is why, another reason why I don't like taking medicine 9 times out of 10. Unless it's specific medicines for specific sicknesses. Like, for example, I have a cough. I have a sneeze. I have bad headaches. I need to take ibuprofen. Or I need to take other shit that allows me to at least feel better temporarily. I'll take that. But outside of that, I don't want to do no fucking pill, no fucking drug outside of those. You know, I don't want to do those anymore. I realize they fucking suck. You know? So, no thanks. Also, no thanks to that freaking, you know, V shot. You know, that CV shots that you have people had to take in order to work. Fuck those shots. Thank God I never took it. Because I didn't need to take it because I never worked. But, which, a good topic to bring up. I remember, like, being kind of pissed off at this. But, why do people do drugs? It's because of their friends' influence. Honestly, the reason why people do drugs, I feel like it varies. You know, it can be because of friends influencing them to get into the whole thing. That's true. Or maybe they had a really bad life or a bad upbringing and they feel like they need something to turn to, so that's another thing. And like I said, I don't want to go into every reason, but those are two reasons right there for you. You know, what you just said and then what I said a second ago. Those are like two reasons people go into doing drugs or something. Or maybe they actually do need it to stay sane or something, or stay mentally in the game half the time, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. But there's a lot of reason why people take drugs. A lot of reasons. A lot of reasons. Good reasons, bad reasons, just a lot of reasons people take them on a regular basis. But one thing that really kind of rubbed me the wrong way was when me and my dad, we spent so much time trying to apply for Social Security because I do have genuine issues. And I know that I have serious autism, serious ADHD. Obviously, anger issues is not like a symptom for ADHD, serious autism, and all that other sort of shit. But I remember I was trying to get like Social Security benefits, so like every month, because I mainly wanted it so I could help like dad pay bills, because dad would always have issues paying bills, or not always have issues, but every blue moon or every so often, like dad would have issues paying the bills. And you know, Louis' job is reliable but also not reliable all at the same time, right? And it pisses me off that I didn't get my SSI because apparently all of my paperwork is outdated slash not up to date. You know, even though like years back, you know, when my mom passed away, you know, I was able to get those benefits. Though I really wish we just saved a lot of that fucking money, you know, for me and Louis' potential future. But that's a whole fucking thing that I'm not going to go into. I don't want to like talk about all that. That's a whole thing. But I am pissed off that, like, you know, when I tried to apply for Social Security, because I genuinely have issues and I didn't even make it past the first step because I haven't gone to a doctor in over like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. They're like, because you haven't done that, you can't get like Social Security benefits whatsoever. Matter of fact, we're gonna consider you actually normal, like a regular person that doesn't have issues. Until you go see a fucking doctor, you get all your checkups done, the doctor does all this for you or whatever, and that's a whole thing. So basically, before I even think about getting benefits, I would have to spend, either me or Louis or Dad would have to spend like $200-$300 just for me to get a checkup on everything in the modern day, use that information, if I was to try again anyway. This is just an example, right? I would basically have to spend $200-$300 for a doctor's checkup just to even have an attempt to slide back into the SSI / Social Security income shit that I made a whole big deal of earlier this year. I would have to do that in order to get my foot in the door with that whole thing again, which I don't know if I necessarily want. I remember, like, after they said no and all that other sort of shit, they said nah, you know, I don't think he needs it. What is Social Security income? I'm not from U.S. Social Security income is basically like, because of, wait, May 26, 2026 is when GTA 6 comes out? The fact that we still have to wait like more than a year for that is kind of ridiculous. But hey, what's going on with you, Pip? You want to get down now? You're done? Hold on. You want to go? Oh, okay. You want to sit there? Okay. All right. I thought you wanted to, get up, move around. No? Wait, a year? I thought May 26, 2025. I misread. Yeah, they announced it today. Oh, they announced it today that's the thing? Nice. Okay. Probably won't play it, though. Maybe not, because if it's going to be more than, like, $70, $80 game, maybe $90, $100 game, then probably not. But Social Security is basically, like, if you have some sort of, like, disability or some type of thing wrong with you, you can go up to the Social Security Administration office, and you can basically ask if I can get, a disability benefit or a Social Security benefit, so I could like earn some extra on the side of me having a job, right? I'm fucked up, I have issues, genuine issues that I can't control, such I can't, you know, fix because it's just been with me my entire life, right? So, I have an issue. I need a little bit extra cash to try and deal with those issues or try to get checked up on or whatever. That's basically what Social Security is in a nutshell. It's basically, if you're fucked up, you can go over there, see if you meet their Social Security threshold or whatever for whatever disabilities you have, and see if you can get in there or not, so you can earn a little bit extra for what the fuck's up with you, right? And it's not a guarantee for everybody. How much do you need? It varies. Social Security does not have a standard price for how much you would get out of that bitch, but it depends on, like, I think how bad your disabilities are or something, if I'm not mistaken, or how bad it is and how bad it currently is going on. You see, because on top of that, there's also a lot of other things that you would have to do every day. You would have to sign into the website, the Social Security shit every day to constantly check up on yourself. You would constantly get phone calls from, the government about, hey, is your condition getting worse? Do you need a little bit more? Do you still need that payment to come your way? And it's a whole thing. And I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it to me or not, because I don't have a phone, so they can't fucking call me, or text me about my issues. I would have to go to the website and, see if I could do something about it all the time. But then again, after Dad explained to me all this fucking shit, I was like, yeah, man, I don't really. I don't know. I don't think I really need it, but at the same time, it would be cool, so I can maybe help out the fucking, maybe help out the family or something. I don't fucking know, or whatever. Since right now I can't even get a job, so, because not only the job market for like someone like Dad is impossible, but like, for someone like me that hasn't worked in like ever since I got out of school, it's like, fuck that. I don't even know what type of job you're gonna have. I think Gypsy Pixie. I heard about some girl's mom giving her med to make her disabled to earn this income. I think Gypsy Pixie. That's crazy. You look 19. I do look 19. I get a lot of people that tell me I look like something, to be honest. I look like this age, I look like that age. I'm actually 22, but hey. Actually, yeah, 22. I should be 22. Yeah. Because I turned 22 this year, right? Yeah. But see, I'm forgetting my own age sometimes, I forget my own age all the time because, like, I don't bring it up 24/7 that I'm this or I'm that or whatever. Unless people ask me in streams, then it's, like, completely different a little bit. You know? How tall are you? I'm, like, 5'10", 5'11 and a half, some shit. That's how tall I am. A little bit. I know. I'm quote unquote short guy. I don't meet the threshold for a lot of these ladies nowadays, or a good chunk of them that want that six figure, 6 foot. Can't lie, you could be a model. You know, people have told me I look somewhat good, and I never understood why. You know, because like I never saw myself or see myself as a beautiful looking person. You know, I always see myself as just average. You know, uh, I see myself as the average Joe. That's that's what I always say about myself. I don't like to think of myself as something like fabulous or something. Also with that haircut. Yeah, I get a buzz cut every I think every other year I get a haircut. Yeah, like around this time of the year all the time I get like a haircut at least once a year. Though I think I want to keep my hair short for the most part nowadays because I don't do anything with my bushy afro. I don't care about having an afro, like a bushy fucking afro. I don't care about that. You know, I I'd rather have the hair right now, this short hair, because it's better to take care of. It's a lot easier to take care of, and if there's any sort of issues, like I need to scratch something, you know, I can get to the source a lot faster than if I had my big old long freaking hair, you know, like no tomorrow or something. My hair looks like Richard uh, Ramirez. Richard Ramirez, I think. I don't even know who that is. I'm going to have to look that up. Richard Ramirez? Oh, Richard Ramirez. Let me see. Let me look that up real quick. Ah, I got you. Damn, your hair looks like that, bro. It'd be like that sometimes. But, looking like crazy and shit. Still waiting for the Eternals review. I know, David, you're waiting for me talking about Eternals. I will get there. Me and Nick's Disney Plus had a fucking massive issue that made a lot of the stuff that I would normally do just like kind of like fucking impossible right now. But Nick said next Monday, which is the Monday that's coming up, he's gonna be visiting his girl so his girl can help him fix this Disney Plus issue. And after that, you know, if we get it fixed, by the way, I'm not gonna say her name out of respect, but thank you for helping us fix it in advance, and we'll try not to do some dumb shit like this again or some shit. Thank you, by the way, if we do end up getting it fixed. If we don't, well, it kind of fucking sucks, because now I'm out of Marvel movie reviews, and I only have one more left in the tank, which is Black Panther, but I'm holding that off until, like, you know, we either A, get it back working, and whatever, and that's a whole thing. You watch Death Note anime? Yes, I've watched Death Note forever ago. It was years ago. Just fucking pirate them. I would, but I don't want to. I don't want to pirate, like, Eternals, the fucking Eternals movie. You know what I mean? I don't feel comfortable doing that. Especially, like, ever since Louis would go on streaming websites and it would go back to, like, my dad in some way, shape, or form as, like, some sort of new streaming payment. And I remember ever since then, I've been very careful of privating websites and shit. Pippa, don't start. Don't lick the bed, please. No licking the bed, please. Yeah, no licking the bed, girl. She always licks my bed. For some reason, she licks my bed. Because of salt. Maybe other things on there, whatever. What? What, Pip? You want to go now? Okay, she wants to go now. Okay. Here you go. So I don't fucking know. But, alright. Back. Fuck Disney. Yeah, well, it wasn't Disney that sent us bills. It was, I remember it was like Louis trying to watch like Flash or something on different websites other than the CW website. Even the CW website's a streaming service, so just getting that crazy bill of like from random websites, it's like, nah, fuck that. That's why I never try to pirate any sort of show or something that's streaming related. Like if it's a video itself of the episode on a website, I might give it a go. But like if it's a streaming website and all those things are streaming just to keep their side alive, fuck that shit. I'm not doing that. Are you a streamer? Of course I'm a streamer. I stream all the time. I stream every day, at least once or twice every day, or more than that. You know, like I said, depending on the day, I stream on YouTube over here all the time. The thing is, I would do Twitch, but like, holy fuck! Like, I remember like they want you to have a whole ass phone number over there to verify your shit, and you know, Twitch is also a lot more sensitive with phone numbers and shit. So that's a whole thing. God, my fucking nose is just bugging the shit out of me. I would do it over there on Twitch, but like, you know, phone number issues. I think that's the whole reason why I stopped my Twitch. Okay, you play horror games? No, not really. I don't play very many horror games. I mainly play like platform video games or something that catches my eye. Horror games, at the moment, they don't interest me all that much. I'm not really a horror game person, you know. I'm not really good at them either, so that's another thing. I'm not really good at a lot of games, so even the games that like I'm better than normal at, I'm still like relatively okay at the end of the day. You know, so that's why like whenever what games I do play, you know, I play like you know like again like Punch Out, you know, Mario shit, Sonic shit, Mega Man, Kirby, maybe occasionally Zelda, very rarely though. You know, all those fucking franchises, Donkey Kong, all that shit. Everything I've ever made a playthrough on, I'm interested in to some degree, you know, or reviews on. I've either played, done some shit, whatever. But as of late, games have been making me blow up way more than ever. And right now, I need to take a fucking chill pill and not do them. Which is why I'm doing a vlog instead. Which is why I probably should log into Sonic's fucking Speed Sim. Actually, no, I probably should do that later. Considering how my stream loves to buffer and stuff and not work. By the way, thank you for the 7 likes, or slash 8 likes, I appreciate that. But yeah, I do a lot of things on this channel. I do voiceovers, mainly a lot of it is in short form though. Not like long form content, mainly because shorts always perform better on my channel than like my streams or like... and I know that's probably like a lot of YouTubers in like 2025 right now where they make shorts and they perform better than... a lot of longer form videos nowadays because I feel like a lot of people, ever since like a certain age hit, have lost like a good chunk of their brain. I feel like, not a good chunk of their brain, it's just that their attention spans are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Because I remember every YouTube video you would watch back in like 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, anywhere around those years, or maybe a little bit further than that, every video on the platform would be 8 to 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. That would be the average length of a YouTube video. And the fact that, like, whenever a YouTuber would upload and the video is a longer video, you would be so excited because that video is longer, so it gets to entertain you and you get to sit there longer. Nowadays, whenever you see a video on YouTube that's over 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you might think that's way too fucking much because the short form content where they get to the point in 50 seconds, 50, 20, 30, 40, 50 seconds is better than being invested for a whole one YouTuber's video that makes videos for like 10 minutes. Oh god, I need to blow my nose. I'll be back. out my nose, dude. It is bugging the crap out of me today. But, jeez Louise. But YouTubers nowadays, whenever they try to make videos, if the video is longer than 5 to 10 minutes, nobody is watching that shit anymore because many people grew up on TikTok now that grew up off other medias where videos were smaller and not really all that big. I used to be a guy that was never cool with shorts, but now I'm so cool with it because I did TikTok and shit, and I saw how TikTok worked and how people love the shorter form content because whenever you watch something that's shorter, you get to the point quicker so you can move on and watch another video that does the same thing. Because people love instant gratification. They don't love, working so long for the long haul. They want that instantaneous, let me get to the point of this video, let me get to the point of the skit. And some people can't even watch 50-second shorts because they're either A, they're bored of it, they're not interested in it, or something of the sort. Which is why a lot of YouTubers, whenever they make shorts, they do something within those 10, 50 seconds or whatever length of the video to be interesting. Like, for example, me, the shorts I create are like of a few things, multiple things even. Small voiceover / fan dubs about video game characters or just video games in general, or anime or TV shows or whatever. I do that, but I put it in a short form format. Rage compilations / rage / funny moment compilations / random moment compilations or whatever, because I have a lot of rage moments on this channel, a lot of funny moments on this channel, that go hand in hand, so of course I'm going to make shorts of that. I also make short form skits all the time because I love the idea of skits that are small that you can get right to the point with, even though skits are like normally 2 minutes long anyway. Shorter skits for people with shorter attention spans is like a full skit for them. So it's like making a skit video out of shorts is really cool, all that other sort of stuff. Random music ideas that I have, like random ass music parodies or just random songs I would just randomly drop on YouTube and stuff. Just randomly, I would do musics, but also put them in shorts. My experience, like little game reviews, I would also put in shorts sometimes, but also kind of mix in and do like the longer form review too. So it's not just the shorts format, but I do a lot of my content in the short form because in today's world, YouTube shorts, TikTok, and all that shit is way more popular than regular form content. I mean, look at Twitch, bro. Whenever you open the fucking app, they put you in this YouTube shorts format of all the streamers that are live at that current moment for you to watch. Twitch or TikTok has left that much of an influence on the social media plane and a lot of these kids that short form content is for the best. Content you can just whip out on your phone for a second, put it back or whatever is better than simply watching a gaming video from the past or in future that's about 10 minutes. Because 10 minutes is too much time for some people or a lot of people today. So I would rather have it be a 50-second short, like I only take up 50 seconds of your time, instead of 10 minutes, 20 minutes, over an hour like this vlog, right? This vlog is an hour 48. Who the fuck is going to watch it other than the people here, right? That want to watch, that want to hear what I have to say and whatever. Cool. Boom. But is everyone going to be watching this? Or, is everyone going to watch the stream? Or are they going to watch this stream but rather in shorter increments? People would rather watch this stream in shorter bursts than watch the entire thing while it's live. For example, and I can tell you this because I make most of my rage comps / rage compilation / funny moment comps / random moments comps, right, are all from my streams from years back, right? And I uploaded them, like, for example, let's go with New Super Mario Bros. Wii. That series was over 4 or 5 years old. One of the oldest series I have on this page, right? I reposted them as rage comps, showing you guys the rage moments. Not the entire series, but rage comps in like over 30-something parts of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. More people have watched my New Super Mario Bros. Wii series through those rage comps than they ever have watching the entire 1 hour, the entire stream I originally made years back. So honestly, making shorts, right, out of your old content is actually more beneficial because you get to also like not only make something new out of what's old, but you can also show it off that's, to folks that have never seen it before, and they're going to see it, and they're going to see it as something that happened recently because it was uploaded recently and all that other sort of shit. So it's new for people that have never seen me before. But if you're like a viewer that has seen me for years, you're going to see that as like, oh, this isn't really new content at all. This is like Alan going in, reusing like old content, but kind of mix matching it up with moments where he gets mad, or he set Louis and him say something funny in the video, and he's gonna keep that in, or whatever. It's just something small and brief for you to laugh at in the moment over something that's over an hour, and because that's just how people operate today. It's crazy how I can go into a conversation like that and just know how the audience is. Yup, attention span is shit. Attention span is shit, and people say it's only going to get worse, with time, in terms of attention span or whatever the fuck. But I feel like the whole reason why attention spans get worse and worse is because we are not really helping our kids adapt slash get, help their attention span a lot and help them focus in different ways that specifically helps them focus better than how to get everyone in general focus better. But that's a whole thing for a whole nother day, and I can't even like guarantee that like it's gonna work for everybody, like in terms of trying to focus. Like me, like I said, I have a learning problem. I can't really learn. I mean, I can learn things that are new, but it's like it's extremely difficult for me to learn something new. The whole reason I'm even doing YouTube or like something like this as decently as I am is because I started this shit when I was young as hell. I started this when I was young, and I stuck by it the whole time with all the changes, all the updates, and all that other sort of shit. That's why I'm so I'm so used to just doing this. I'm used to it all. I know it all, and I could make something work out of YouTube changes or new rules or whatever with no hesitation. I'll do my very best to do what I can do, but other than that, or after that, at that point, I would say, yeah, it's just hard for me to really do something new, learn something new. But it isn't just about me. I feel like that's a lot of other people too, but in their own different types of ways and meanings and all that other sort of shit. It's a whole thing for other people. But yeah. Oh man, attention span, dude. Jeez, my head is itching. Well, not itching, but it's hot as fuck. Or it's getting there now, since it is getting later in the day, and we're just now hitting the heat since it's May. Fuck. It's about to be hot for like no reason. Oh man. Sometimes I feel like we just need to live in a better area. But then again, times are tough, so I get it completely why we can't move. You see Louis feet? That's Louis feet. But, yeah. Wow, I've talked a lot this stream, dude. But this is what people would rather see me do, or this is what Louis and Dad said for me to do, like, a long time ago. And God, I just remember, like, now, I don't know why, but I just remember this. I remember when, the only times I would vlog like, on this channel back then, like, over 2 years ago and stuff, was when I was really bored, and all I wanted to do was just talk to people online all day. That's literally why I would vlog. Nowadays, I can't believe like vlogging over the past like year or two has become such a staple for the channel. Like I've been trying to do it way more, trying to talk to you guys way more, have a good conversation, genuine conversation, and whatever in these vlogs than like other videos and stuff, and it's just kind of cool that I finally, kind of accepted doing things in like sort of like a vloggy way, or sort of like a Just a way so we could just communicate, just talk about some shit, you know? Because usually I would rather just game it up all day and all you would get is gaming videos back to back to back to back to back to back to back. But now it's like I almost want to do gaming a little less and talk a lot more. I still want to do gaming a lot, but I think I want to do gaming more in the review sites, which I already do a lot of that as it is. But, you know, people still think I just sit there and, you know, do gaming streams like 24/7, 7 days a week, all day, like on YouTube. But no, I don't. I don't stream all day. Um, I used to stream like 7, 8 hours. Like, actually, I don't know. That's actually not true at all. I wouldn't stream at all for like 7, 8 hours all the time. I would stream for mainly like 3 to 4 hours, and that would be like max for a stream. Well, not max, because it would go three. It can go 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. It just depends, because I remember I would used to get more distracted, and I wouldn't, like, for example, right, I'm streaming right now. I know the time right now, but like back then, I'd be like 1 hour 30. I would be like, hey guys, I'm gonna end it. That's it. Some shit happens where me, Nick, or Chris, or somebody conversates, and it keeps the whole stream running for an extra 30 minutes to over a fucking hour of like ranting about something, or somebody else said something, or the conversation's getting so good it doesn't stop, it doesn't end. Like, that's how my streams would kind of work a lot back in the day, where I would keep conversations going. And that's how a lot of my experiences got fucking bloated. Like, for example, like, I would talk about the topic, but then for a long period of time, like 20, 30 minutes, I would get off topic and then remember what topic I'm talking about and then get back on topic. That's literally ADHD in a nutshell. My ADHD would fucking kick in during those videos. But now I'm trying my best to, whenever I do make a my experience, if you see a title that's my experience about this or that, I'm reviewing about that and I'm sticking to that for the entirety of the video, because that's the whole point of my experience with, or my experience watching, you know, those series of videos. That's the whole point of those videos, is about that game or that movie series or TV show or a TV episode or what the fuck ever I'm talking about in a my experience video. That's the whole point of the video, and I should stick by that. And I've been doing pretty good so far. You know, not getting off topic as of late, but there are definitely a lot of times in my experience series of 500 plus videos where I would fumble and go off topic for a while. That's why a lot of my experiences, I feel like very early ones from like 5 years plus ago, I probably wouldn't even watch, you know, because they're not all that good. They're not all that, really all that good. It took me a while into my experience series for me to really kind of get into it, you know. I would say when the gaming one's like 3 years in, or 3 or 2 years into making my experience videos, I would say like the gaming stuff is what hits the most whenever I talk about a video game, because I would be either ridiculously passionate about it every video or whatever whenever I got the time to finish it, and it's a whole thing. Like, for example, my experience with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, you know, when I made that video about Ocarina of Time, you can see the passion off, you know, that I felt for Ocarina of Time whenever I played it. And same with Majora's Mask and a lot of other reviews that I have in my experience playlist that kind of get you the idea of where my headspace is at, where I explain the game, and that's a whole thing. And I love the My Experience series. That was one of the best things I have ever come up with for this channel. Same with the voiceovers. The voiceovers are amazing on this channel. I should have been doing those bitches so much sooner. I should have done those like right out the gate. Even on my old channel, I should have been doing that, because I've been voicing characters for over 10 years in plush videos. Why not take that same energy and apply it to over video games and make gaming voiceovers, or just voiceovers in general for that? And I remember like 2, 3 years ago when I first did them, you know, I did a One Piece voiceover for fun and it got over 1,000 views, and then me and Chris just kept going with it, and you know, now I have over 100 voiceovers from different video games from the One Piece series, Naruto, Dragon Ball. I don't know if I have any like Nintendo voiceovers or fandoms, but I know I got shit from mostly anime series that kind of kicked it off, you know, in terms of my voice work or whatever or something. I don't really I mean, I do consider it official voice acting or whatever, but you guys know how YouTuber standards in terms of voice acting go. It's like, it doesn't really count towards your, job description of voice acting or resume or whatever. I remember my brother. It's good practice whenever you do it for YouTube, but I feel like it's different once you try to do it like professionally or whatever. God, now my nose wants to go off. I don't know why, but my nose just wants to. Alright, I'm back. Oh, my nose. God, my nose is bad. Oh, look at his earbuds on the floor. What the? Freaking door won't close. When I lean on it, it's kind of weird. But yeah. Ooh, man. But, yeah. Aaron Lopez sus. But yeah, I think that's it for this vlog, man. I spent like 2 hours sitting here. I could have done a reaction stream, but I don't want to do it so soon after the other one got taken down. I might do it maybe a little bit later in the week or something, but I might call it actually right here because I don't know what else to talk about. You know what I mean? I'm just ready to just continue on my day watching shit, maybe doing a little bit of speed sim. Obviously, do speed sim to get in my login daily and stuff and whatever, but just fuck it. Do other things. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed today's vlog, which is, if you did, make sure you leave a like. Also, thank you for the 9 likes. Very much appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share the video with your friends. God bless you all. You guys all have a great day. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know what video I want to make next. I still need to make some reviews on some shit, like, other Mario games or fan games or whatever. I still need to do so much. But I'm gonna, you guys know. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. If you see enjoyed this video, bless you. Boop.